Hello guys, this is TBC Production here back doing a new video today for you guys. And today, as see by the title of this video, today I'm going to be talking about all of my unreleased stories for Toysballz. As in this as the last video I did, I had talked about all my release stories that I did, all the movies that I actually did do and release. That's on my channel for Toysballz. And included, I talked about the upcoming movie coming this Halloween, Revenge of Chucky. So, and that was the first video. So, hope you guys go check that out. As in this video, I'll be talking about the unreleased ones that I actually did write down on a piece of paper and stuff. And actually, as I was in my closet, probably a week ago, so, and I went through my old binder and I was finding all these old stories that I did write down on a piece of paper and stuff. And so, as in this video, I'll be talking about every single one that's unreleased. And these stories were wrote like probably back in 2009. One of them, I think, is from 2008 or 9. A couple of the other ones are from 2011. And some all the way up to 2016. Like, probably some of them were wrote during those other times, but you know, that's how it will be. So hope you guys enjoy this video. It's gonna be an hour-long video. I know it's like a podcast, so that's what this video will be. So hope you guys enjoy. And which ones do you guys like? Which story do you like and you want me to remake? As not remake, but actually do. Sorry, actually do. So, hope you guys enjoy, and hope you guys enjoy these stories that I did write, and hope you guys do ask me which one you want me to do, and because some of these are very interesting and really would like to see in full, actually in stop motion form. So I really would like to see that. So, here are the unreleased stories that I did, movies or specials for Toysballz. Okay, so as the starting of the first unreleased special, as hope you guys do really enjoy. So as the first story you see on the screen, this first one here is basically one of the first stories that I wrote, probably in 2011 or 12, I think. So, alright. So you have here is Evil Lord Lyric. So, Lord Lyric, some of you guys don't really know him. He's actually one of my created characters I created. He basically is like a god of the earth, like the lord of the earth, like the ruler of the earth. So, his story with Goku kind of goes way back, I guess, in my series. Goku doesn't mention him at all throughout Toysballz, period. It's like Goku doesn't want to mention him and stuff like that. So his story with Goku is actually in a story that I never released at all. Is Toysballz Origin. As you see on the screen, I flashed on the screen. Toysballz Origin is basically those stories with Lyric and stuff with Goku. They kind of go way back. So this story was written, the movie. This story of this movie is written, I think, in 2011. I probably when I wrote this, because I can tell by looking at the paper how I put it away for so long, and look how old this is, and I still have it. So as this story, it's basically Lyric has been brought back to life. Actually, as he kind of goes to sleep, kind of like he be asleep for like a long time. Kind of like he goes away and goes to sleep and be asleep and then arise once again. So it's kind of like, I guess, kind of like Majin Buu, I guess. So it's like, as to them, he's dead. Like, he's been dead for years. How you gonna come back to life? Then, so as one day, as you know, everyone's enjoying the peace on Earth, then all of a sudden the Earth starts shaking, and then Lyric comes back to life. He's basically rise back out of his sleep, and I guess he kind of reminds you of Beerus, kind of, but he's not Beerus. So, actually, the reason why Lyric is, yeah, evil, he's really, I guess a god's supposed to be very strict, you know. He's supposed to, as you know, the reason of this, I know it's kind of a stupid thing to put in the story. The reason why Lyric is mad at Goku, because one day Goku was invited to eat. You know how Goku eats. After the supper, Goku's supposed to say thank you for the food, but he never did. As you know, basically disrespected Lyric. It's kind of like this, I guess. And this is an old story, basically. When I look back at this old story, it kind of visualizes stuff that is today. So, because he didn't say thank you for the food, you get pissed. So it's like this. I guess what happened last year. Your picture's on the screen, then you get pissed. But the whole entire time, your picture's not on the screen, you're not pissed. But when... No, hold on, not that. When someone says something nice about the figure, you're happy. When somebody says something bad about the figure, you're pissed. So, it's basically those two things. So, this is an old story, so I don't know if I predicted the future or not, but that's what it was like last year. So, yeah, this story is, I think it was 2011 when I wrote this, because it was 11 or 12. It's between the two. I think it was 12, because, you know, because that's when I was thinking of stories and what stuff should I make. And during those times, I didn't have no figures of Goku or Vegeta, or some of them really. I only had one Goku figure, one Goku toy. And it was that, Ultimate, not Ultimate Collection, those Real Works, I think it was called Real Works. Yeah, them Real Works. I only had like one of those, and like probably have a Vegeta one, not Vegeta, the Trunks, and I had a Gotenks. Yeah, I think Gotenks, Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4. So we didn't have a lot of DBZ figures and stuff back then. In those times, that's when during those times I didn't have a lot of figures. It's like I ain't had none of those figures. Like today I do, but back then I didn't. So yeah, that's how it was. So I don't know if this story predicted basically what happened 8 years later in 2019. But yeah, that's how it is. I look back at this story and that's what I was like, yeah, he got mad because Goku didn't say thank you, and that basically triggered the evil inside of him to make him go angry. So probably the reason when I told Dragon Ball Z about the story about him, I guess it came from this. So I guess so because I I guess Lord Lyric is basically Dragon Ball Z. So that's basically, I guess so. So I guess that's what the idea kind of came from, I guess, because I'm looking back at this old piece of paper, and yeah, I thought the idea of him being angry and stuff, then that's probably what it came from. So, but as Lyric, he's different. He's not like Dragon Ball Z. So he's not going. Yeah, he's basically like laid back and not really caring, but he'll put you in your place. So as for this movie, Lyric is actually another story as well that I'll talk about later. Talk about probably a few minutes on this video. So yeah, that is it for Evil of Lord Lyric. As this story, when I think he gets defeated and gets buried, I think again, then he'll probably come back to life again and come back again, and that's basically what happens. So yeah, that's it for this story. Next we have here is next unreleased story is Rise of the Saiyans. As of this story was wrote in 2009. So was wrote in 2008 or 9. So probably this is when I started writing Toysballz. So as for this story, it has something to do with the Saiyans against the Tuffles. So it's kind of like, I guess I wanted to do a movie with the Tuffles against the Saiyans. So it's kind of like, cause I guess during that time I was playing, was it Budokai Tenkaichi 2 or 3? So I was playing that game during that time. That's when I still had the game. So as for the story, of course, on the screen you see Bardock. And of course, as I know, pretty soon that new Dragon Stars figure is coming out, and I definitely will get him, and along with that, Cooler. So as for this movie, well, I guess I call it a special, I guess. It's basically Bardock basically is time traveling, as Bardock is actually in a loom, in a loophole basically, because if he did die, he probably didn't die just going for a loop time zone. I guess because of that, I guess when people saw the episode Bardock, I guess. So so as for this, basically it's a war against the Saiyans and Tuffles, and they try to stop the Saiyans and all that stuff. Even though, basically, as we know, you got Frieza, the one that killed the Saiyans. It's true. It's basically as the Tuffles basically survived because of Bardock. So basically, like some of the Tuffles escaped and had survived against Bardock. I mean, not Bardock. Damn, against the Saiyans. So Bardock basically is there to stop this threat of like, yeah, the Tuffles got wiped out with the Saiyans, and basically he is opposing the Saiyan race, even though he is a Saiyan. So it's kind of like if Bardock is basically what Goku is, became, I guess. So yeah, that's how the story of this is. It's basically Bardock is telling the Saiyans, stop. There's no point of fighting. What's the point of us fighting against each other? So that's how it basically is for the story, and it's pretty cool idea of me thinking of what they should have done, I guess, in the series, of course, but you know, it's what it is. So that's it for Rise of the Sands. It's pretty cool, and definitely getting that figure of Bardock and Cooler. Now that'll be pretty amazing. Oh, there's no Frieza in this, so no Lord Frieza, because there's no Frieza in this. So, nope, never, nope. Next we have is End of the World. So, End of the World is basically a story I wrote, I think, in 2011. One I wrote in 2011. So it probably was during the time when I wrote Evil Lord Lyric, I guess. So, End of the World had something to do with the androids. So, as the idea, this is basically right before 17, 18 are now good, of course. Kind of my idea of how they are. In this story, there's no Android 16, so he's not in this. And Dr. Jiro is in this story. And Dr. Mew is in this too. So I probably, I think the Agostini figure of him is still on eBay, I think. And I'll probably pick that up. But anyway, so as for this story, the end is basically as everyone is enjoying peace on Earth, of course, and the androids, they basically will start destroying buildings and start destroying everything, and basically kind of like doing the idea of History of Trunks, kind of. So, as in this movie, of course, Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Piccolo, Trunks. There's no Gohan. I don't think Gohan's in this. No, Gohan's not in this. So, probably he is, but he's not really in this. So, anyway. So, yeah, it's 17, 18, and Cell. So, as you see on the screen, they'll basically start destroying everything and stuff. So, 17, 18 basically is doing Cell's handy dirty work, basically defeating everybody left and right, of course, how powerful they are. And when Goku arrives, 17, 18 team up and basically fights him. And in this movie, I don't know if I have Goku turn to a Super Saiyan 3 or a Super Saiyan 4, but I think, no, I don't think Super Saiyan 4. So I think Super Saiyan 2 or 3. So technically it's basically Goku the one to stop the androids instead of Gohan. So it's kind of like my idea of Goku defeating Cell and defeating the androids and save the world instead of, you know, how it happened in Z. So that's what this story is. It's basically that. It's nothing but, you know, imagine this happened and I just wanted to do that. Like, imagine that did happen in Z, but the other thing didn't happen. So, I know, I have two other stories here. I know I don't have no picture. I didn't create a picture of these at all, for these two. Rise of the Androids and Overpowered Android. So, Rise of the Android is basically the story idea that I did take probably from End of the World and this. Probably put it in season story of Toysballz. That's what I did. These story ideas from these actually are in the season 6 story in Toysballz on my channel. So, yeah, I took these ideas and put them on that arc. And season 6 story does not connect to 5 or 7. So it will go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6 is basically like made up arc. It's not connecting to nothing. So that arc doesn't connect to anything. So that's what these stories went to: End of the World and Rise of the Androids and Overpowered Android. So Overpowered Android will have Super Android 17 in this one. So technically that's probably when Goku turns to a Super Saiyan 4, I guess. Then you have Overpowered Android has something to do with Android 13. So yeah, that's that one. He fights, has robots fighting for him and all that stuff, and just do that stuff. So yeah, that's basically it for the Android stories. Of course, End of the World. If I do this one, it'd be pretty cool. Of course, I know Dragon Star's Android 17. I probably will get the 18. I have Cell, of course I do, but I probably if I don't know if I will get the Dragon Stars one or not, but I probably will. But yeah, it'd be pretty cool to make this movie, and it'd be probably pretty amazing, of course. Cause I like the androids, of course. I like the androids. That's why it's my favorite arc in Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, that's it for End of the World, Rise of the Androids, and Overpowered Android. Those stories were like, I took these stories and put it on the season 6 story of Toysballz. That's all I did with them, and that's probably why they unreleased. Well, they're kind of physically released for that story. Alright, the next one here basically is one of the ones I did like writing, of course, a long time ago. This one was called The Three Kings. The Three Kings. So as this story is, as you see, you got Cooler, Baby, and Krypton. I know this Superman from Injustice, but Krypton. So, this story, I think it was wrote in 2012, if I'm right. I'm probably right. I think it's 12 or 11. Between the two, I think it's 12. I'm probably right, 12 or 11. So, this story is basically one of the ones I love writing. As I look back at the old paper I had wrote it on, it is basically a cool idea of having 3 people trying to take power. So, as it started out, first we have Cooler going to visit Baby. So it's basically like 2 villains, Z villain and GT villain, meet up and team up. So they came up with a plan, an idea of wanting to take over the world. It's kind of shocking. Frieza is not in this, so Frieza's not in this. So, yep, no Frieza. So Frieza is not in this. So anyway, they team up as the idea of having another person, powerful person, to be the 3rd king. So they go find Krypton, who is actually the evil Superman, of course. Become the 3rd member. Actually, as his assistant, Megatron from Transformers, of course, is his assistant. So they basically took over the world. Basically had everybody as their slaves and trapped, and wants to just take over the world by storm. I am actually in this movie, but I could not interfere. So, actually, the idea in this movie that I did write in there was them capturing Smurfette, and you know, I guess because this is where the idea of, I guess, season one, Toysballz came from, this story. So I guess I looked back at this story one day and then took the idea of Shao Kahn taking over the world and capture Smurfette and all that stuff. So technically, that's what I probably did for this, um, from this story. So instead, but it's not one person; it's three people in this one. So if this one was actually a remake, I mean, well, not remake, done. This is never released. This one is not released. I never made no video of this. So some of them I did not make no videos of. Like, they're actually like no images, or I just create these pictures now. But these are never done. No video, no nothing. Never done these. So as for this one, yeah, I never made no recording of this movie or made the movie or have any of that completely. So yeah, they take over the world, and now it's up to Goku and the others to stop the three kings and fight them head on, and that's basically the movie. So if this was actually done, I just took out the idea of Smurfette getting captured by them, and that probably would have been the only thing out of this movie I would do. Only thing, if I did do this movie, all I have to get is the cooler, of course, the new Dragon Stars cooler that's coming out pretty soon, and I probably have to find the Jack's baby Vegeta, and just buy the super evil Superman from Injustice. So yeah, that's basically all I need for this movie. So yeah, this movie would have been pretty cool to be done, of course, and definitely would love to do this one. Okay, so the next one here I have is Megatron Rules. Megatron Rules is basically a sequel to this Three Kings. As you know, they all got defeated, Baby got killed, and Cooler actually escapes, so technically that's why he's still alive in Toysballz, as you see in my show. Krypton got killed as well. So I think he did, but I don't know. I don't know, did he get killed? Or did he go to Superman? I don't know. Probably the reason why Goku and Superman don't like each other. I'm probably right. In my story, Goku and Superman do not like each other. So, yeah, they don't like each other. So, yeah, Megatron Rules is basically the sequel to The Three Kings. And he just basically continues what they were doing. Along with that, Lyric actually came back to life. So now it's basically those two are basically trying to use the throne and take over the throne and all that stuff. And that's basically is continuing what they left off at. And they just had to stop Megatron. And that's all it is. So, if I get Megatron, I used to have him a long time ago. Like, I used to have him. Like, the figure I had was like you press a button, and every time you press the button, the blade will like swing back and forth. Like, it will like swing, like it shoots out, like it not shoot out like a missile, but it will like shoot back and forth like that. I think I had lost the figure, I think, because it was a nice figure. I liked it. I love Transformers. Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Ironhide, Starscream. Love them. So, yeah, so if I ever find a Megatron figure again, I will probably get that. It'd be pretty cool to have him again for this movie. It's still on the screen, of course. He's sitting in front of the throne. But yeah. So that would have been pretty cool to see this made as a movie too, and I would love to do it. But as you know, yeah, would you guys want me to make the Three Kings and Megatron Rules? I would love to make them. I just need those figures, and that's all. Because I do have a toy cooler, but it's from Burger King, and I have a 4-inch baby figure, like from the Ultimate Collection. But I gotta get the Jax baby, and definitely cooler. The Dragon Star's cooler. That's all I need. And the Evil Superman, down. That's all I need for that. And pretty cool to make and get Megatron. So yeah, so that's basically it for the Three Kings and Megatron Rules. Basically, as in this one, as I said earlier in the video, I said Lyric actually comes back in one of these stories in these movies. And he does in this one, Megatron Rules. Yeah, so that's when Lyric actually comes back in this. And as you know, as these stories do not connect to Toysballz story, like the main story in Toysballz. But the ones that did release, the movies that actually are released and stuff, actually are part of the series. They actually are set in the series, like what part of the arc is set in. So it's not like how the Z movies are. Like, to me, I know it's like, let's see, out of all the movies, you know, of Z, Dead Zone is canon because Garl Jr. is in Dragon Ball Z. Cooler is canon because it's set right before the androids. Right after Trunks told him about the androids. Cooler is canon. Cooler Revenge. History of Trunks is canon. Bardock Father Goku is canon. BoJack Unbound is canon, set right after the Android saga. And Wrath of the Dragon is canon. So Dead Zone, History of Trunks, Cooler Revenge, Bardock Father Goku, BoJack Unbound, Wrath of the Dragon. They're canon. So, yeah. To me, they're canon. But, you know, that's how I am about those movies. But as movies in my main series, the movies that did release, you know, those that did release on my channel, they actually are canon because they're part of the story of what arc. So that's how those are the ones that are released. But these are not released at all. They're unreleased. They never was made or nothing like that. So yeah, that's it for these two I just talked about. And I think we got two or three or four more. I think 3 more to go. So let's go. Alright, next we have is next one here. We have is Fall Off. So Fall Off is, as you see the background, of course, with the Tournament of Power Universe Survival Arc. Fall Off is basically a tournament that me and my cousins did a couple of years ago, like probably 2008 or 9. Well, yeah, a long time ago. So as for us, this was like a tournament. It was like a tournament of having 10 to I think 11 fighters on your team, and they fight against like 2 or 3 other teams. So it's basically sometimes it'd be a 3 teams or 4 teams sometimes. So what we did a long time ago, we had the toys that you have like other toys in groups like 10 or 11, and have some of them fight against other toys, of course. And the mission of the game is, I remember we used to have this big giant bed. We used to have this big giant, I think it was like a king or queen size bed. You know, I don't have that bed. I don't have that bed anymore. So we used to have a big giant bed. It was wide and big, huge, and it basically be like a stage. So what the mission of the game is to, the opponents have to try to knock off all the other fighters. So your team has to try to knock off the other player's team. But if your whole complete team gets knocked off, or the person you play as gets knocked off, your whole team is dead. You're gone until the other team defeats the other team, whoever survives in the end. So that's how this is. So in total, I know there's 7 members of the Toysballz squad. Of course, 7 members. So it has to have 11. So if I had pick, who would it have been? Of course, Goshen's the last fighter. It's the 7th fighter. So it basically be Smurfette, Hefty. So that makes it what, 9? Caroline, 10. The sex demon from season 8. And I think Pan. So technically it'd be 11 members right there. It's 11 members right there. So yeah, so it's basically like a tournament, and I kind of what made me put that picture of the Tournament of Power there, and I'm just thinking to myself, we did this a long time ago, so I don't know. It's like what stuff that I thought of that I did long time ago, it's all coming true now. Like everything I think of sometimes come true. So now seeing they create a whole arc of a tournament of survival is basically, I'm thinking of this. So yeah, that's what Fall Off is. It's basically like a tournament. It's basically what we did. You have to have 11 fighters, 11 toys on your team. The other people have to have 11 people on their team. Then you go and they go and fight. First you have to have, I think you sometimes you put 2 people out fighting or 3 people out fighting. So if it's 3, it'd be 8 people left on your team to come out to fight. But if some of them actually get knocked off the stage, you have to bring in another fighter to fight in their place. So that's how it be. So it's survival. It's not like all of them on the bed and they all get knocked off, like boom, 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 boom. It's over. No. 2 or 3 people out at a time. So that's how it be. So it was kind of fun a long time ago. I never done it. It's, I'm how old I am now. So that's how fun it was. It was kind of fun. And I know, like, yeah, today we could do stop motions and I've got but Broly here and have him punching Gogeta and kicking Gogeta and hitting Goku and Vegeta. Ah, over. No. So back then it was fun. I know it was fun. But yeah, it would have been pretty cool to see this like in stop motion form. But yeah, I guess this was like me thinking of looking at this title, this unreleased story, and I'm like, wow, looking now at something that kind of looked similar to what I wrote is basically, yeah, shocking. So yeah, that's basically it for Fall Off. That's what Fall Off is. It's basically a survival tournament, kind of like, yeah, Battle Royale. Yeah, Battle Royale. That too. So it's basically like those two things. And shocking today, I see that in Dragon Ball Super. Yeah. This was wrote in 2011, I think, 10 or 11. I wrote this story, and there was no Dragon Ball Super. It was Dragon Ball Z Kai, that crap, the fake crap. So, shocking. What? 2011. Okay, 2011. 2017, we got that arc. Crazy, huh? 6 years later. Shocking. Yeah, so that's basically it for Fall Off. Yeah, looking at the story that I did write, and now see something that's kind of similar to this now today. Yeah, I know this is not released. It's not a release story. I never made this video of this at all. But yeah, it would have been pretty cool to make this in stop motion form. So yeah, that's it for Fall Off. Okay, I recognize there is actually one more left. So I'm gonna put two of the unreleased stories together in this video, I guess, scene of this video. So, first one here, as you see here, Scary Night. So, Scary Night is actually a story that I wrote. Be like almost like, yeah, it is meant to be for Halloween, but I never released it. I wrote this in 2016, but it basically was turning to basically it became a movie, thought of a movie. Then I basically just rejected it and did not make it. So as this story is basically Gosha invites her friends over and they watch a scary movie. So basically the idea probably came off of Vegeta's nightmare when he was watching a movie and he got scared and had a nightmare of Broly and and all that. So this they watch a scary movie basically as they find out the movie was actually a curse. So I guess like the ring, yeah, basically like that. It's a curse. They thought it was a curse, but it basically was. When they watched the movie, as they start seeing a figure standing there watching them, and every time they walk or they look, they see it in the distance looking at them. And it's like if you see someone standing there watching you, what, probably like if you're asleep, or probably when you look up and you see something there, you know, it's like it'll pop up out of nowhere. So yeah, that's what A Scary Night was. And basically it's just a unreleased story that I just rejected. So next one here is one I did record this video of this one, but it's actually private on my channel right now. It's old too. I know it's made in 2016, but I never released it. I did not really release this one. It's called the Undead Sand. It's basically as during this time everybody was watching The Walking Dead. I was watching The Walking Dead too. I don't watch it now, but this one I was watching The Walking Dead all basically, you know, because my friends were watching it and I was watching The Walking Dead. Like I was watching it on TV and everything and stuff like that. Even though that was when I was just, you know, trying to get away from YouTube and stuff and basically just watch TV. But yeah, I was watching The Walking Dead during this time. So the Undead Sand is as you know, basically I put in the idea like everybody's watching The Walking Dead on TV and everything, and Goku's actually scared of zombies. So, and what's shocking, Vegeta didn't like that stuff either. So as he there's two actual endings of this story. Okay, the first one basically is the normal ending to it. Actually, Evil Orchid was changing to Goku and looking like a zombie. Basically, like, look all scratched up and bloody and walking around like it's actually Goku dressing up like that. And of course, and she was scaring him and popping up out of nowhere. And basically reveal at the end, then she go and scare Goku at the end. That was the first ending. It basically was a prank. Second endings actually was a nightmare ending. Like Goku, people thought Goku and Vegeta were zombies, and then they recognized that the whole fight army of Goku zombies. So that was the other ending. So there was two endings to this. And what I did, I just, rejected it and didn't do nothing else with it. So I just left it. But I would not put it together and release it now, but it's what it is. But if I remake it now, like, all I have to have is buy a bunch of Gokus and that's it. So that's it for Scary Night and the Undead Sand. They were rejected stories that I didn't. Scary Night was never made, but Undead Sand actually was on film and done, but it was never released. So let's go to the final unreleased story. Alright, so now we're down to the final story, as you see on the screen here, is the Toysballz origin movie story. Basically the actual real story, holy story of Toysballz actually. So, as I'll tell you guys, Toysballz Origins actually the first, supposed to be the first series to been created and made, but I never made this series at all. It just did Toysballz instead. But I do have the stories of Toysballz Origin, and probably one day I'll probably make it. So now, as you guys know now, I'll tell you guys the story of Toysballz. Now, because I guess I should have did the actual fully story to you guys. So, as story starts out, as me, I am actually the protector of this world, of the TBZ world. I am actually the fourth protector of the 20 universes actually stop motion animators out there. The fourth. As that leaves actually 7 of the main stronger ones, main strong stop motion animators, like powerful ones. So Solo Train number 1, Star Blast number 2, Tyratoad number 3, I'm number 4, Dragon Ball Z is number 5. I think it's Junior Gohan. Let's see. No, it's No. It's Shane. Yeah, Silent Storm. Junior. Yeah, so that's 7. Yeah, 7. So Sanji Kami, he's probably number 8. So it's 20 universes. So yeah, like Thundercat, all those guys probably 10 or 12, 13, 14, 15, because it's 20 universes. But the main 7, Solo Train, Star Blast, Tyratoad, me, Dragon LZ, Shane, and Junior. So yeah, because Farhan is 8. Yeah, Farhan is actually 8, but he's actually one of the ones that's locked up, locked out, or because Farhan is basically a kind of like what Goku Black is. So anyway, so I am the 4th protector of the universe. I'm the 4th protector of the whole 20 universes. So as in the story, it has nothing to do with Dragon Ball Z or Star Blast or none of them. It's basically me. All me. There will be stories with them, probably Toysballz GT, I think. But, Revenge of Chucky, and yeah, GT, and the other show I'll talk about later this year. That'll probably come out in 2025, I think. But anyway, that's what I was saying. So, as this story is basically, as the world. Okay, so, there was a war between me. There was actually a war between me and Devante. As Devante is based off one of my names of my cousins, actually. He basically is the king of a city called American City. Basically, it's opposite of Toy City. So American City basically was ruled by his older brother. Then he took over the throne and took over the world, took over the city, American City. So he tried to wanted to attack Toy City, but he failed at doing so. So this is before Goku became a hero and all this stuff. So Goku was not a fully like hero yet. So as of this, right after Goku decides to be the one to just, you know, save Toy City from stuff. So Devontae, as you know, what stopped Devontae from trying to attack Toy City was a barrier, because his wife is actually, I had basically killed his wife, so she could not take over, so he can't across Toy City and attack it. So as for the years time, Toy City is protected by a barrier that I have made. So it's been protected all that time. Now it goes to now, as after that time period, it goes to now what Toy City today and Toysballz the origin. Goku, you know, relaxing and everything, and then they all was invited into a tournament by Vegito, as on the screen. And Vegito in my series is a villain to Goku and Vegeta. So it's basically like a rival, like an enemy to them. So as you know, Gogeta is the one they like the most, and Vegito is the one they don't like. Even though, yeah, Star Blast love Vegito and all that stuff, but yeah, Vegito in my series is a rival. He's actually evil. So he's kind of like Shang Tsung. So they invite him to a tournament, and you know, as they enter the tournament, yeah, Piccolo's in this. Gohan? Is it Gohan? No, I don't think. Yeah, I think Gohan's in this. Oh yeah. Goshen's not in this, so technically, no, she's not in this at all. She's not even born. So this is before that. Before she was born. She was born probably right after when I'm coming out to the story. So, yeah, she was not born yet. So it's Gohan, Trunks, Piccolo, Vegeta. So, Orchid's not in this either, so she's not there either. So there's no, Orchid's not in this. So, yeah, I was thinking about it because I just looked at the story. Yeah, she's not in this. So they all enter the tournament and they go, and Goku won the prize, the money, and defeat Vegito. As you know, this was actually a plan, because if Toy City didn't win, they would try to attack the city. So as you know, Vegito failed, Devontae was going to kill him, until they thought of an idea of making a tournament in American City. So that basically prepped up Goku and the others, and they really wanted to go there. So you have characters in this story that actually are characters I created, like in this story here. You got a person named Denala. She's actually Devontae's daughter. You have Jaslyn is actually my child, my daughter, if I have a child one day. Then you have what's his name? You got Alina, his other daughter, and you have I think that's it. Lena. Oh, you have Keelan. Keelan is one of the assassins that entered the tournament. Then you have Rylyle. And Ashton, and not Ashton, not the guy, not that game. Ashton, like Ashton, like Ashton. Then you got is it? Yeah, those guys. Those they are assassins actually. So they were in the tournament as well. You know, Vegeta basically is whooping people's butts in the tournament until he gets to Devante. Then Goku enters and they defeat Devante, and that basically they had to think of another plan. So they revive Abigail. Abigail is Devante's wife that killed, and she gets revived, and that would broke the barrier to come to Toy City, and it basically invasion. So as now it's up to the heroes try to stop the world and everything and try to save Toy City, and along with me I had to help them too. And yeah, as the ending to the story, the Goku does defeat Devante and save Toy City. And for that day on, Goku basically became the hero of Toy City. So that's where basically Origin basically starts whole journey with Goku being the savior of the world. And yeah, that is really it of that movie. So as to those characters that I named a while ago, some of them actually are not. They kind of like disappeared after that. Like some of them kind of don't have a place in the story of the show now, and all that stuff. They probably could return, probably one day. Because I do plan on creating some of them. Because I would love to create Keelan, Rylyle, Ashton, and I got, who's the other one? Dylan? Yeah, Dylan. Tyra and Hector. So yeah, dude drop dead. So not drop dead, through dude drop dead. It's basically my last name backwards. So yeah, so I probably would love to create most of them, and it'd be pretty cool for that movie. And I should have done that movie. Probably could have been the first movie for Toysballz, but it wasn't. But it would have been cool one day to make it. So yeah, that is basically it. Toysballz Origin, the movie. As you know, Vegito basically is the one that's guiding the stuff that's happening, and basically be the enemy to them for the rest of the series. As you see in Toysballz, Vegito's not even around because he keeps his distance from Goku and Vegeta. But they will see him once again or so. I think Goshen actually goes sees him. So technically, yeah, she goes see him anyway. Because that's who he hates the most. Because he got defeated by her. Well, Goku actually, he hates most. But Goshen, he don't really like. So, yeah, that's it for Toysballz Origin. It's movie. And I could have made this and released it, but it's okay. It's, like I said, it would have been pretty cool to see in full stop motion form. I would definitely love to make this. It'd be pretty cool. What I need for this, like I said, I probably will, later this year, probably buy a bunch of those model figures, custom figure models, and make a lot of customs of characters. So technically that would be pretty cool. And what I need for this movie, yeah, I will have to get Vegito, of course, and probably getting like a brand new Goku and Vegeta, because like I probably get the sand race on Earth Goku, because that's the one I didn't get yet, and probably get I'll probably get the new Vegeta, Dragon Stars Vegeta they did, the new one that's coming up. Have that one be the new Super Saiyan Vegeta, and my Vegeta figure that I do have now, I'll just repaint his head black. So that's all I have to do. I have a normal Vegeta, but it's like a little 4-inch figure of him. But I want to be the same accurate size as the other figures I have. So yeah. So yeah, Vegito and all those model figures, and yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Oh, my throat. Yeah, because I've been talking for a long time. That's why. Man. So, yeah. So, what you guys think of these unreleased stories? Do you think do you guys want me to make them? Like I said in the first video, like, do you guys want me to remake any of the ones that I did release? You know, like remake them? Because as you know, I'm kind of in the process of remaking the whole entire series now in stop motion form. But do you guys want me to not remake, make these unreleased stories like these? So, yeah, do you guys want me to make these? You know? Because I would like to. So, which one do you like the most? Like, which story did you guys like? Like, which one do you guys like? All these unreleased stories. Or, yeah, like, I will want to know. So, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check out my other videos, and stay tuned pretty soon for episode 15. Final challenge. And, yeah, just stay tuned for that. And see you guys next time, and peace.